Morning, it's Martin from Performance. We've got an absolutely stunning Volkswagen T6.1 on the dyno today. This is a 2020 year 150 brake horse front wheel drive DSG. It's using the Delphi DCM 6.200 control in it. Now the later T6.1, possibly April 2021 onwards, I've obviously moved on to the Bosch engine control unit. That at this moment in time there's no commercially available tool that can write them engine control units. So we are eagerly awaiting some commercially available tools such as your Tuning B-Flash CMD, Alien Tech. These are commercially available tools that tuning companies like myself and tuning companies around the world have got access to obviously read and write engine control units in vehicles. So we are eagerly awaiting. There is other options. Obviously people say these can't ever be tuned or they can't tune. They've been tuned by the factory development tool and they're only a processor inside the engine control unit. So that processor has been tuned, and they also have software updates at main dealerships. So, they are able to be updated software-wise. So it will be a case of when information's leaked from Bosch or someone's passed through back door. I do apologise about my compressor, but it will be a case of when some information's leaked, obviously the commercially available ECU flashing tools then will have the information needed to be able to write the processor. So we are eagerly awaiting that. I've invested well over £100,000 in two brand new vans. I've got a T6.1 150 manual, and I've also bought the 150 DSG, and they are purely bought just for doing the development work. And now I have over the last 6 months, 8 months collected so much live data from them vehicles. I've live data logged them on the road, I've live data logged all the DSG gearbox. I've also put them on the dyno, I've got dyno printouts, I've live data them on the dyno. So I've got hundreds of hours worth of development, as in data logs for them vehicles, and the tuning on them is going to be absolutely superb, as are also these with the Delphi DCM 6.2. We know these T6.1s, as they come out from factory, they don't drive through the rev range as really you would like them to. The flat spots, pulling away from junctions, it feels like you're playing Russian roulette. Gearbox doesn't know what gear to be in, and to be fair, Volkswagen have done quite a poor job in releasing the tuning how they have done. We've got a lot of customers complaining about them, more so with the T6.1 with the Bosch one on. So, we do hope to be able to release you some information soon on that. Getting back to this T6.1, obviously this is the 150 brake horse DSG, front wheel drive, 20-inch wheels on it. It's a camper conversion, pop top on, so it's got a bit of weight, it's got an awning on the side. So the drivability of this in standard form, with also the standard gearbox software in there, it hesitates at junctions. Driving around your town where you're on light throttle, you can feel all the flat spots and the jerking. They're very, very unsmooth drivability of them. So what our job here is, and my job here is at Performance, we aren't interested in tuning vehicles for bragging rights down at pubs. Yes, we do get good brake horsepower, but that's not the be-all and end-all for me. For me, tuning engines is to make this vehicle drive as smooth as possible and be enjoyable as possible. We're not out to break any records, and we're certainly not out to put any strain on any components. What we want to do is tune them so they're ultra smooth, so you haven't as much strain on your components. I call it OEM plus, as in manufacturers, but it gets our little touch on there. We do tune a lot for main dealerships. We have done this over the years. A lot of main dealerships bring us vehicles and new vehicles to tune. So, we are renowned for the smooth calibrated software we're doing. So, going back to the figures now on this produced 162 brake horse standard and 350 newton meters of torque. I'll show you the dyno graph, and then obviously we put them on the dyno, we do a dyno run with live data logging. We do in-depth live data logging, and it's this data that allows me to analyse what the engine's doing at whatever load, whatever RPM range, whatever requested boost pressure. It allows me to analyse all this. My compressor's got a leak in it, I think. So it allows me to analyse all this and then calibrate the software, what I'm going to put in, to suit the complete vehicle setup. And that is what true custom tuning is. We don't just flash OTS files that a lot of companies do. OTS off the shelf. No, what we do, I'm not interested. I'm more interested in quality over quantity. I prefer to tune one vehicle than, you know, some companies get 10 vehicles in a day. I don't know how they do it. For me, quality matters every time. So we'll get onto the dyno graphs now. So this is it. Obviously tuned over the overlay. I'll just show you the dyno graph. So bottom scale here, we've got 0, 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000. Of course, that's its engine RPM. Up this scale, we've got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. That's the torque. This scale, 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. That's the engine brake horsepower. Now, the thin line, this is the standard power. And you can see how, well, it's not smooth, it's not progressive torque delivery. Starts off really low and then just shoots up. So this is where you get the pulling out of junctions. It hesitates. Also, it doesn't know what to be. Then also it wants to go, so you get the wheel spins and hesitating pulling out of junctions. And like I say, it feels like you're playing Russian roulette. Can I pull out in this gap? There's a gap there. Oh, I better not do it. You know, so you tend to hold back until you see a bigger gap that you can pull out of it. Shouldn't be like that. You know, once tuned, we've got smooth torque from much better torque from 1200 RPM. You know, I think we've gained some 60, 70 newton meters of torque, but it's the smoothness that I deliver the torque across the full rev range. If you want to bother about figures, yes, with a 205, 460, but it's not all about this. You know, people say, don't tune your vehicle to said brake horsepower. It's not about that. It's about tuning this engine correctly, having the correct thermal management in place, correct air-fuel ratio, so you're running clean cylinder combustion, and then we get absolutely perfect tuning. Tuning really doesn't get any better than that, and we are extremely proud of what we do here at Penleigh Quarters. Over the past, God knows how many years I've been doing this, we've built an absolute awesome customer base up, and it's you customers that are really, really the backbone of Pendle Performance. I feel extremely proud to be able to work on your vehicles. You know, we get customers from all over the UK driving to headquarters here to see myself, or to drive one to one of our dealers that work for us across Europe. You know, we are extremely proud. So you shout out to you customers for keep bringing these vehicles, because it is a passion of mine, and you're allowing me to do my passion as well. So yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.